tease. Remember, show me love on the subscribe, like, and share button. And always stay sipping.
Basis. So I'm not going to say anything that I didn't say in my papers and in court. We submitted a motion, written motion last night that states our position. I'm not going to say anything in addition to it, but I didn't want to leave all you guys hanging, and I wanted to say at least that I wasn't going to say anything. So that's all I'm going to say and not say. Thank you all. I hope that gives you what you need, but I'm not going to say anything that I haven't said in court and that I haven't said in my court papers. So you all have a nice day, and thank you very much.
How is he doing? Can you clarify the terms of the gag order?
Social media. It's bullshit. Okay? Today, Diddy had his 4th bail attempt. That was his lawyer from the island of Caucasus showing up. These are the African American lawyers that Diddy has. So it's some of the best RICO attorneys in the country. Okay.
I could never remember what I said. He's doing fine. Dr. King called it the law of unintended consequences. So sometimes the more you push a person down, the stronger they get. And so he's making an adjustment. He had his family here today to support him. We really want to put an end to all of the clowning that we see on the internet. This is a serious proceeding with serious consequences, and all of us are addressing it accordingly.
I mean, we would have liked to see Diddy not do these things that he's done.
Nobody's okay with staying in jail.
So unfortunately, he's the butt of everybody's joke right now.
Thank you very much. That's it for today.
Y'all didn't stop Diddy from clowning. Why should we stop from clowning Diddy? Okay, I thought somebody said something. Those are his black attorneys pushing away with his Caucasus attorney. Okay.
Have you heard about the GLP-1?
They're paying.
You've taken a GLP-1 product and
covering live Facebook Live. Girl, I forgot all about it. Okay, I was up late night talking to my family, right? And friends, y'all, and sipping on that hen doggy dog, right? So I forgot all about. I got up like regular day, like forgot all about Diddy's bail day, right? Bitch. So I was like, oh, I'm jumping on here buying it, and y'all, I'm not even finna wait. I'm finna jump right on in. Y'all know y'all accept me as I am. Y'all know y'all accept me as I come. Okay, here comes somebody pooching through. Okay, pooching through. Who's pooching? Let's see who's pooching, y'all. Who's pooching? Who's pooching through? Who's coming out of the black SUV? Who is that? Who is pooching? Spanish comes fishing through to the courthouse. Okay. Ooh, they disrespecting the mother of P. Diddy. They're disrespecting. Okay. Did you hear what he said? He said, your son's a fucking predator. Your son's a fucking predator.
How's your father doing?
How's he doing? Okay.
Who's pooching out of the second black SUV? The children. Don't forget about the children.
Okay.
We don't want to forget about the children. Even though Diddy did. Now, damn it, Diddy forgot about his own damn kids. We ain't on.
Are you hoping he'll get bail today?
What do you want to say about your father? Christian, have you spoken to your father? You guys stay together.
Keep that predator locked up under the jail.
He's focused. He's ready for his hearing. We think the law and the facts are on our side, and we're going to go try to get
I'm ready. He's gonna set up. So this might be goodbye. Which I'll be sitting in the front row, so Randy and Rachel are coming, they'll do stand-ups. You're gonna be
Do you think the judge was too harsh on him yesterday in terms of bail conditions?
Well, I'm not going to talk about harsh or not harsh. We respectfully disagreed with the ruling, and that's why we're bringing it to the district judge who's assigned to the case this afternoon.
I'm really late. I really have so much. I've been taking care of a lot of this. Here it comes. Lawyer. Excuse me. Is at the front. Right there. Can you speak at the microphone?
We want to hear from you. Anything you want to say.
You love your son.
Watch yourself. Get outside, folks, please.
Thanks for waiting. I'm really not going to make much of a statement. As you know, I made a request for the judge to issue what we call the gag order, and the judge is going to issue it on a reciprocal basis. So I'm not going to say anything that I didn't say in my papers and in court. We submitted a written motion last night that states our position. I'm not going to say anything in addition to it, but I didn't want to leave all you guys hanging. And I wanted to say at least that I wasn't going to say anything. So that's all I'm going to say and not say.
I chose Wix for my business because of its massive scope for function.
Okay, y'all, we are all family here. We bless besties, okay? Sometimes I stream in my draws and like, y'all let me guys just come as you are, but get the message out, right? So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, yeah. What's popping with Diddy's bail? Like, what's pooching with this? Okay. Let's see. I almost forgot it was today, but it's today, girl. It's today. Let me type Diddy's bail, right? And see what's pooching. Bail update live. Come on. Did y'all see his kids and everybody pooching through? His mom pooched out in true Miss Combs fashion. Go live with Associated Press. You can also subscribe and give them a shout out with the 3.38 million followers on YouTube. Okay. Over here in the Blessed Booty Talk section, we are covering Diddy's bail live outside New York court as a hearing is held in Sean Diddy Combs case, right? We have pushed on down to the office. And so we need to come on in, y'all, and get to the understanding of what could be. Who do y'all think, is gonna, or who? What do y'all think is gonna happen? Like, do y'all think Diddy is going to get bailed? Now, we have learned in these matters up to the event of the fourth bail attempt, right? That Diddy got raided by the Fed. We talked about that in his cell on Tuesday earlier this week with our co-host, lovely Lulu Carter. And come to find out, as I was pushing down through the YouTube, right? Conscious TV was updating all of us about the actual raid of the cell. Diddy tried to pull a whammy whammy, shimmy shammy, shaky bakey on. He tried to do the Harlem Shake on him. He tried to do the Harlem Shake on him, y'all. Okay, because he tried to make it seem like the feds, took a legal notebook of his that the attorneys in him were working on, to get him on out of jail and help him with his case. This very serious 30 charge RICO case he got going on. A RICO case, okay? Diddy got, right? So kind of find out, Diddy try to pull a little whammy whammy. The feds didn't even take that actual notebook out the cell. That's not what occurred. Diddy, somebody slid it to Diddy real quick, like, say they took this, Diddy, and we had to give it back to Diddy. Like, no, we didn't, Diddy Bopper, you little shimmy wimmy shaker, you. Why? Did they, because they video, they caught it all on camera. They video chatted it all on camera, y'all. They recorded it. Okay, in real time, real minutes, real seconds, real hours, as they shook down Diddy's sale, right? Okay, so that could be a very well, strike against Diddy, as well as him, making calls that he's not supposed to be making in jail to certain people like witnesses, other things that Diddy has done. Okay, Diddy has done some things while incarcerated right now to try to elude, shake and bake, quiver and quake the feds. So they're going to be like, Diddy, why would we let you out of jail when you are already you're in jail and you're showing us that you cannot be, a person that will commit crimes in jail? What makes us believe that you're going to get bail and walk a fine line to the tune of understanding that we need you here at court and where you're supposed to be doing only what you're supposed to be doing at all times? That's not what's occurring while Diddy is in jail right now. Okay. We are outside
question we get all the
y'all.
time is, how do you do culinary
They're
school
outside
online?
the courthouse, but they're not talking about nothing. They're just showing the courthouse, right? That's okay. There it is. Okay. What does that say? 500 Pearl Street, building 200 is where the diddler is being held. He shall reign in front of the judge today. Okay, Diddy. I don't think Diddy's gonna get bail. I'm just gonna put that out there to be, what I feel is gonna be. Okay. And I'm Tanisha Talks Tea, so I wouldn't be talking it if I didn't have some tea. Sip it with me. Diddy, right, has already been breaking laws, jail laws, in jail while he's been incarcerated for like a month or so. Okay. That's a reason why they wouldn't grant you bail. Okay. Then the level of things that Diddy's in jail for, it's not like he's just in jail, you know what I'm saying, on a regular, violation, or not regular, but like a lower crime. You know what I'm saying? Diddy's in there on FRICO charges, which are very fucking serious. Trafficking charges, drug smuggling, and some shit. Diddy is considered to be, hey there, sir, don't pick your nose and yawn on my show. Somebody call that man on his walkie-talkie and tell him he is live on Tanisha Talks Teas. And we would not like to see him pick his nose and yawn on our show. Thank you kindly. You see the Pinkerton guard, y'all, outside 500 Pearl Street. Do y'all see this man over there yawning on my show? Somebody holler down there and tell him don't do that. Don't do that. Don't yawn on my show. Don't you do that. I don't like that. You stand at attention. Diddy might do a sliver and shake out that bitch, and we gonna need you to catch him real quick. We gonna need you to catch him real quick. You over there yawning. God damn it. Ugh. Any hoochie. Let me get my coat, y'all. Okay. It's a mess. I don't think he's gonna get bail. I don't think he's gonna get bail. Okay. But while we're pooching along, not listening to anything being said outside, watching the guard yawn, we're gonna hope to God he don't let Diddy slither past him. Let's go see what anybody else is talking about. Thank you for your service, sir. We will be back. Okay, girls, stop. Yeah, any more Diddy life updates? Who's talking about something? Let's see. Law and Crime Network. Okay, everybody's just basically streaming the Pinkerton guide out there, following the fuckers our asses. Sky News. People are saying that today's hearing may be Diddy's best shot to be granted bail. Let's listen and see what they're talking about.
Try for a third time to get out of jail. Happening today, Sean Diddy Combs will try for a third time to get out of jail. The music mogul has been behind bars since his arrest back in September for multiple different charges, including sex trafficking. This bail hearing today comes after a judge told prosecutors to destroy handwritten notes found inside Diddy's cell during a planned sweep in that jail. The defense says the 19-page to-do list contained private notes taken during legal conversations. Now, this won't impact today's hearing, but Diddy's defense team believes this could upend the government's case against the star. For more insights, I'm now joined by trial attorney Adante Pointer. Adante, thanks for joining me this morning. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So this is one of our big headlines that we've got our eye on today. He's again putting up $50 million for a third go at this.
You might want to put up
100.
He walks away on bail today, $50 million 3 times.
Well, I think it's probably his best shot. You know, he has a new judge that's presiding over today's bail hearing, a judge which questioned how did the government, the feds that is, get their hands on his private notes, which were supposedly kept in a folder stamped legal, which would make them off limits and hands off to the jailers who searched his cell. So because the judge was so curious and made the remark that he was interested in what the government had to say about this, this may be the crack in the door in which would allow Diddy to walk out of jail and fight his case from the streets, as opposed to what he's doing now, which is from a jail cell in Rikers Island.
So tell me how that works, because I found that interesting. They went in to search the cell. They found these notepads of these notes, and apparently one of them says legal handwritten on it. Does just that written word alone guarantee client-attorney privilege?
Yes, many times when a person is in custody, they're communicating with their lawyers by either writing and or taking notes of the conversation they're having. And when they mark that with legal, that's supposed to essentially be a shield. It's notice to any jailers, any staff, and also to any prosecutors that it's a hands-off policy, because that is essentially allowing the person to incriminate themselves and giving the government a leg up in preparing the defense by being able to spy on the defendant's strategy. So it's a very much a serious situation, and something which Diddy's lawyers are looking at to use as an opportunity to whisk him out of jail and allow him to fight this case from the streets.
Yeah, and I know the judge is questioning when legal was actually put on it and if it was after the fact somehow. I want to talk about the raid, or maybe a better word is the sweep that led to this discovery. Diddy's lawyers claim that he was targeted, but according to that jail, Adante, this was a wide search to confiscate contraband. What do you think, and how normal is that?
Jails oftentimes conduct sweeps in order to, as you say, confiscate contraband, and just as a function of making sure the jail is safe. However, here there's a different element involved. Although the sweep was pre-planned, the idea that if you're looking for contraband such as drugs and cell phones, why are you looking in somebody's folder, assuming that folder was emblazoned with the word legal? That's not consistent with looking for drugs and contraband. That's more consistent with trying to get a leg up on the case and to spy on the defense strategy. And of course, that's what Diddy's lawyers are accusing the government of engaging in.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that. I was kind of wondering how frequently those sweeps occur. I also know Diddy and his lawyers are asking that judge for him to not show up in shackles today. Handcuffs, ankle cuffs. They say that could lead to jury bias when this eventually does head to trial. Is that a fair ask on their part?
I think so. You know, of course, he's been accused of engaging in violent crime, sexual misconduct. But at the end of the day, when this is such a high profile case, you know, pictures and or paintings and drawings of him coming in and out of court in shackles and just the mere reporting of it can potentially taint the jury pool to make him look more dangerous and violent and aggressive than what may come to be as it relates to evidence introduced in the court trial. So I think that's very much a concern. And oftentimes defendants are allowed not to appear in shackles and chains when the actual trial is going. Such a high visibility case, it's akin to being displayed or bandied about in front of jurors in these shackles, even though jury trial has not started yet.
We know that trial is slated for May of 2025. We'll see if that's actually the case and what happens before then. Adante Pointer, thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too as well.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased
dates. Yes, it was. Hope. Yes, it was. Hope. What else is cracking on the Diddy bail stuff, y'all? Because boo, it's going down right now. Diddy is right now, you know, praying to God that he gets released on bail. He done threw the same $50 million up there 4 times. He might want to put an extra 50 on it. maybe that might impress. Because right now that 50 million, it ain't sticking nowhere. It just ain't sticking, Diddy. Now go sell your mama. Go sell your friend.
Quick online sign up. There's no waiting in line and no paperwork.
Okay.
Transparent pricing with plans starting at just $5 and up to $25. Flexibility to change your plan anytime with no extra charges. Ready to switch to a simpler, more affordable phone plan? Visit Tello.com today to learn more.
They want mobile money, Daddy. They want mobile money, nigga.
Jelly blocks, where squishy is more fun. Use your imagination to
Sell
build
your mama. Sell your friend. Diddy, we need mobile money to comprehend that you want. Ain't that lawyer that is representing everybody? Okay. All the victims. And I want the victims to know this is never ever a clown session on y'all. All the real victims will never ever have anything but my deepest, uttermost understanding and regard and empathy for your life. And I pray for you to get the proper understanding you need to get back to yourself and your destiny. Wholeheartedly.
He's ready for his hearing.
All right.
We think
this is one of Diddy's Caucasus lawyers. Okay, this is one of the Caucasus lawyers. Let it go down here. Pooching through. I like that Louis bag. At the big grand old United States courthouse in New York, New York. One day, maybe I will visit New York, New York. But from now, we are in Denver, Colorado, covering this live Diddy coverage. And they got every news station to the Diddy out, Diddy bail attempt. Okay. Every lawyer, God, girl, get it. Every news channel is out for Diddy. Every single one. Okay, Thurgood Marshall, United States Courthouse. I can't hear anything.
I'm not going to talk about harsh or not harsh.
There's his kids pooching, kids pooching, kids pooching. They don't look happy at all that Diddy's incarcerated, okay? They look disgustingly mad at that situation. What's the one? Christian? Is he the one that looks more like Diddy? Whichever one it is that look more like Diddy, he is unhappy. Here come the children. Okay. The twins twinning, holding their grandmother's hands. All of them are there for him. Quincy, King, Christian, and the twin girls. I do not see the little baby pooching, which is a good thing. This matter is not for children. It's not for the ears of the underdeveloped. And they're off in their black SUVs pooching. Yes, they are. Here comes the lawyer from the island of Caucasus. Let's listen.
Thanks for all for waiting. I'm really not going to make much of a statement. As you know, I made a request for the judge to issue what we call the gag order. and the judge is going to issue it on a reciprocal basis. So I'm not going to say anything.
They're gonna gag
I didn't say
whoever for whatever.
We submitted.
Gonna be me because I ain't saying nothing but the truth of what the matters of facts are coming down to be.
But I didn't want to leave all you guys hanging, and I wanted to say at least that I wasn't going to say anything.
It's a sad
That's all I'm going to say and not say. Thank you all. I hope that gives you what you need, but I'm not going to say anything that I haven't said in court and that I haven't said in my court papers. So you all have a nice day.
All had our moments of not so proud sights, but God damn it, don't you thank God every day you ain't set up like Diddy. Oh, that's a monster there, baby. Okay, so we've seen all this, right? Let's listen to what people are thinking about what is going on with Diddy, y'all. Sure, come on, y'all. Give me something now. Give me something. Push through with something. I need something. Because I don't want to sit here all day. No, I'm just playing. We will sit here as long as needed to find out what's going on at this hearing, okay? Fox 5 New York says this. Weighing in.
If you only have a few.
Okay, weighing in.
Sean Diddy Combs will be back in court with yet another push to be released as he awaits trial on his sex trafficking and racketeering charges. The music mogul has been behind bars since September. And Fox 5's Lisa Evers is live in Lower Manhattan with what we can expect from today's bail hearing. Lisa.
Well, Bianca, we're here at federal court, and once again, Diddy's lawyers are going before a federal judge to try to convince him that the incarcerated music mogul deserves bail. It's been denied twice because prosecutors successfully argued that he was a flight risk as well as a threat and danger to the community. But now his defense team is taking aim with a new strategy. Sean Diddy Combs has been behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center for just over 2 months now. His lawyers are now saying that his continued lockdown there at MDC will jeopardize his right to a fair trial. They're also accusing prosecutors of painting a false picture of him, essentially destroying his life, and will argue that the only way for him to get his reputation back is to fight for it in court and win his trial. Something Diddy's lawyers say is impossible if he stays in jail due to the huge volume of evidence that goes back many years. Now, court records indicate that Team Diddy will claim that the deeply disturbing video of his attack on Cassie Ventura was not evidence of sex trafficking, but of domestic abuse, and what they say was a 10-year troubled relationship. They're also accusing prosecutors of editing that Cassie video to make Diddy look more dangerous. At an emergency hearing on Tuesday, prosecutors told the judge they have evidence of Diddy engaged in witness tampering and intimidation from behind bars. Here's what legal expert and attorney Tad Thomas, who is not directly involved with this case, told us.
Rico, because you beat
There's no limit under the rules is how many times they can come. However, attorneys know you don't want to keep going in front of a judge asking for the same thing over and over again. It's just going to make the judge mad when you need the judge to be impartial and fair and listen to you when it comes to other rulings. So it'd be a mistake to keep going after this next and third bail hearing, but there is no technical limit. It's not unusual to go back multiple times, but it's a little unusual to go back without any real new information. And it's really unusual to go back when the prosecutors are going to show that Diddy's out there trying to influence witnesses. It really puts his lawyers in a bad position.
Rico case, and that's exactly what they did.
Now, Diddy's defense team is offering a bail package of $50 million plus home detention and a couple of other conditions as his bail. They're hoping that the judge will see it their way and that this third time will be the charm and not a strikeout. I'll be in court for you this afternoon. We'll be bringing you a full report on the Fox 5 News at 5. We're live in federal court. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Bianca, back to you.
All right, Lisa, look forward to that update from you.
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident in the last year? Yep,
even if you weren't driving. Just click the link around this video to see.
The judge told him, hell no, you won't go at $50 million. We don't want it. Now throw $100 million and your mama up here on the table, and we might take that. We might take your mama with $100 million. Eyewitness News, ABC 7 New York is saying
the disgraced music mogul will stand trial next year on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Today, his lawyers will once again make a case to try to set him free on bail. Eyewitness News reporter Phil Tate is live outside of the courthouse in Lower Manhattan with more. Good morning, Phil.
Yeah, Pedro, good morning. Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs hopes fourth time the charm as he heads back inside of a Lower Manhattan courtroom and hopes that he can get out of jail on bail. Well, this as the disgraced star faces a slew of charges that's left him sitting in a Brooklyn jail cell. Now, Combs' legal woes are extensive with racketeering, sex trafficking by force, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
Like abuse?
In September. Now, Diddy was in court earlier this week when prosecutors had obtained several pages of Combs' handwritten notes from a raid carried out at the Metropolitan Detention Center. Now, a win for Combs, as the judge has already said he would not consider those notes when weighing bail arguments after the defense raised questions about attorney-client privilege. Now, also on today's agenda, the video that shocked the world. Diddy violently assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie in 2016, which also became evidence of the danger that the rap mogul had posed to women if released on bail. That's all according to prosecutors. Now, in a new court filing Thursday, Sean Combs' defense attorneys say prosecutors invented that narrative using a, quote, an edited and manipulated version of the video, arguing it shows nothing more than a domestic dispute.
What the prosecution is laying out are attempts by Diddy to do things under the radar, to reach out and communicate with witnesses. So this obviously is to great detriment when it comes to his argument for bail.
Now, Combs has repeatedly tried for bail, but has been denied. This time, they'll be offering that $50 million package along with home confinement and that bracelet that would be around his ankle, ensuring that he would not be able to leave. Again, we'll have to see what will happen in just hours. Combs is expected to be in court at 2 p.m. We are live in Lower Manhattan.
Say that Diddy will not cut his ankle bracelet off. How? He already in jail breaking laws. So how can you positively 100% say that Diddy will remain with an ankle monitor on and not absconder? Popcorn Culture is saying
at the 58th and I-25 Furniture Row, we have a thing about more.
How can you guarantee that Diddy will remain on ankle monitor? You can't. And for the type of things that Diddy is being charged, in a RICO case, nigga, please. Popcorn Planet Culture saying
this is very thin.
Okay. This is funny, right? Like I'm not reading into this. This is kind of sassy. There was dragging.
Judge Mr. Let's read what this is saying. Judge Mr. Agnew Phillip, Combs' lawyer, Agnew Phillip. I'm going to have Miss Shapiro lead us off. Alexandra Shapiro. He was not dragging her back to the freak off. Judge, there was dragging. Shapiro, I don't mean to, Judge. There was kicking. Shapiro, he apologized. Okay.
And I think the apology is a good point in this as well, because I think this is why sometimes when people are, under investigation or there's ongoing litigation or things of that nature, they don't say anything. They don't make any statements at all, because anything you say can be used against you. And in this situation, definitely that apology video is being used against him, as it should be. That's
100%.
Yeah.
100%. That's perfect. It's a perfect example of why you should keep your mouth shut. Kids should keep their mouths shut.
These kids are posting all this stuff all over social media about, you know, little girls blowing out birthday candles, and it's like, okay, that's all great, but
we got another update here. So the judge says, what about the 2018 text messages with victim one about violence? Combs's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, we have gathered more information about victim one even yesterday. I don't want to quote it because it's under seal and should be. It was consensual.
Woo! Popcorn Planet got insider traders.
Maybe
not. Head on.
I mean, I feel like we look at that video and that kind of it's pretty clear to me, like
Diddy hearing
even
for his bail.
like if it was written, you know, okay, clearly it was under duress. Clearly it was coerced. Clearly this was not healthy. And I feel like for the comments of, you know, it was consensual, there's also probably comments like other text messages that the feds have shared of victim one, who we do believe is Cassie, but she is identified as victim one in this case.
Foodbox
of,
Friday
you know,
has
her saying, you know,
arrived. We
I
may
have
do
a
that,
fat
but
lip,
we're
I have a
covering
black
Diddy's
eye,
case, so we may
I'm
not get a Foodbox
bruised,
Friday,
you
y'all.
know,
Diddy's ass
and getting
fucked
upset with
around
him for
and
what he
fucked
did
up
to
the
her.
Foodbox Friday, babies, because we got
I feel like this is one of these
listen.
situations where there's a bit of Darvo going on, and I'm just calling that out right now. I don't think it's okay, and I'm definitely seeing it seems that Diddy's team's strategy at this point is to discredit victim one as much as possible. I don't know if that's a vibe you've gotten, John, but I'm definitely starting to see that more and more.
yeah, a little bit. But again, I would go back to the earlier discussion about, look, they're trying to throw anything against the wall that they possibly can and hope that something sticks. I get the sense from if the judge's comments are being
while
portrayed
I'm working, I'm also
correctly,
working.
and I'm assuming that they are.
Surveys. That's how I make.
The judge is not really buying this either, I don't think. The judge is saying, again, you're still giving me crumbs. I want the whole piece of bread.
Yeah, fair. I do want to say thank you so much to Mary, who actually just sent me a PayPal. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much for your generosity. It is very much appreciated. Thank you for the comment as well. Camille Lee Eon sent in a super chat as well, saying, is there a record of room damages he had to pay to? What were the listed damages? I can only imagine there probably would be. I personally haven't seen that report. I don't know if you've heard anything about that, John, but I think that probably could come into play in this case.
Well, conceivably, but I mean, he's not on trial for damaging hotel rooms, so.
Yeah, but could it potentially be evidence, though, of the
This one is.
I mean, if there's
the impact of the FOs.
$50.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, I mean, if there, you know, if there's blood on walls and on carpet and you know, bedspreads and things like that, then yeah, I can see that leading to some further questioning about how did this happen and whose blood is it and all that kind of thing. But I haven't heard or read anything to indicate that might be part of the equation here.
Okay. So we got another tweet here. The judge said, I don't want to quote from them, but you know the ones I mean. Agnifilo, we are proposing an independent security firm. There was being a mutual regrettable physical conduct going both ways. There was violence by this other person and by Combs, Mr. Combs, allegedly. I don't think it's alleged. We know he was. And ultimately, what is the I guess it becomes a question of reactive A, for lack of a better term, right? Like how much of this, how much of the violence in this relationship was it instigated by Mr. Combs as opposed to victim one? And I'm sure that's going to be something they're going to have to talk about through the trial. And that's what I mean by like, I'm getting a lot of Darvo here right now.
No, his birthday
in my mind. What do you think, John?
We gave him a nice turkey leg for his birthday.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. And again, the question always comes up, okay, well, if there was a two-way altercation of some sort.
Ellen, not right now, okay? Mommy
they
doesn't want
each
to
apparently
with
put
her
their hands
right now while I'm talking about Diddy stuff, okay? You're too young, so go in
on
there
each other
and play.
And we're not talking about the other party in this case. This is about Diddy. And so it doesn't matter if he was provoked or there was something else going on that caused him to act out. The bottom line is he acted out, and again, allegedly put his hands on this other person. And that's the point that we're trying to analyze here.
It looks like we may be having a connection issue. Hang on one second. John, do I still have you?
I'm here.
Okay. 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 Hoping that we will be back very shortly and this will get sorted out. Okay, it looks like we're getting something back. Are we back? Please tell me we're back. Okay, it looks like we're back to full strength. My apologies, everybody. If you're having some issues with the connection, please consider reloading your stream. We should be back and we should be okay now. Let me see here. Okay. It looks like we've got another update, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that up.
Yes, Popcorn Planet is pooching, coming through.
Judge, oh no, that's the same one. We got this one. Here we go. Combs's lawyer Shapiro. The LaFontaine case from 2000. The defendant told someone to lie by phone from the MCC. The Gotti case from 1996. The head of the Gambino crime family. The witness received a kick in the A. The government does not have that here.
What does that even have to do with anything? Let's listen to what our lawyer's talking about.
What do you think of that, John?
I'm not sure what to make of that.
No.
It's some bullshit. That's why, John.
Yeah.
It's some bullshit.
Okay.
Don't nobody give a...
Yeah. Thank you. Andy is going to be here very, very soon. He is on his way, and he will take back over control of this this stream. So hopefully we won't be having many more connection problems, and that issue will be avoided for you guys moving forward. And my apology on that situation going on.
You're a fine Popcorn Planet. You are pooching down with the tea of the tea. This Popcorn Planet girl got the inside.
So we are waiting for more updates to come through. I do see also we received a message from DeWitt Gilmore saying, "I'd love to interview with you. I am Gilmore versus Combs." That would be wonderful.
We appreciate it.
I obviously have to validate who you are and everything else. But thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the offer. I will definitely make sure that Andy is aware of that, and we can take a look. We can take a look. I think that would be great. Let me see here. We are going to a new update. Combs lawyer Shapiro, we cited the Trump case. Defendants have greater rights to speak than their lawyers. An Instagram post as well as, I don't know if I can. Okay, so they can't say something. They're nervous about something. Judge said his communications from the MDC. Shapiro, he says the prosecution is motivated by racism. We're going back to this?
You better believe Diddy's black ass is going back to that.
What do you think, John? They're really throwing everything at this point.
Oh, of course. Diddy's whole ass on the line. Not that he, ain't used to putting it on.
I don't want to get political, but we just had, you know where I'm going to go with this. We just heard the R word and a bunch of other isms and ists and all of that just 2 weeks ago, and I think everybody sort of was climbing the walls, like enough, and
yeah, we don't need to get super political into it, but I do feel like, I feel like I would be just as upset about all of this regardless of the issue of race, and yes. I don't believe that the reason that Diddy is there is because of that.
Hell no, it ain't because of that.
I speak for myself.
Why would it be because he was
I think
black?
We have enough evidence at this point
that it was
to
wrong
say
for
that
Diddy
there
to
are things that have
victimize
happened here that are not okay.
I don't think that has a color on it.
And he is clearly grasping at straws to try to save his own skin, and I don't think this is going to work. And I am seeing the chat of basically everybody kind of feeling the same way, of being like, "Are you serious right now?" Yeah. There's so many people that are like, "Are you serious? This is desperate. We're laughing. This is crazy." And I hear it, and I think most of us are kind of in the same agreement on that
Fuck
front.
Diddy.
It's
the judge is a person of color as
Let
well.
me take a pooch on over here to
He's,
my stream,
you know,
y'all.
Indian
Girl, I'm
by heritage, as
frozen.
in
But at least
Asian,
y'all can
like
still
India,
hear
Pakistan,
me.
not American Indian, but you know, other side of the world Indian. I guarantee you, he has a good sense in his head of what racism means and the likelihood of it being out there as a factor and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think he's going to buy that.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I do want to say thank you so much to Carbonite Stardust. You just sent me a PayPal. You're going to make me people just saying that this is absolutely ridiculous. That whole concept is just.
Spend more time here.
Yeah, we are having some streaming issues as well. So Diddy
like example Costco.
may not appreciate the fact that
Had an interview with Ariel Mitchell Kidd, and she was saying that it's ridiculous because there actually isn't even a Costco in. I'm interested. I'm interested. Shapiro said yes. Same with Witness 2. I believe there was discussion that Witness 2 may have been compensated for the statement that they allegedly made.
What did I just do? No.
How can a microblader make more than a doctor and only work part-time hours? Think about this for a second. A doctor goes to school for over 10 years, 4 years under.
Popcorn Planet had just given us an update of some insider talks going on at Diddy's hearing. Okay, let me go back. Let me find Popcorn Planet. I don't know what the hell I clicked on, but it clicked out of her live. Popcorn Planet.
Team that would be representing him and that they would be able to give statements. It's very strange to me. I feel like not be able to address the public would be kind of my question. I'm interested to hear your perspective on that. Like, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if that's not expected, but to me, like, if you're going to rep a celebrity, you got to be prepared to have a camera in your face and a microphone in front of you. You know what I mean? I'm curious about your thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, it's definitely true, and that's part of the process of choosing a lawyer to begin with. Is that you want someone who not only shares your philosophy but shares your demeanor and your personality, and that you're going to be able to feel comfortable around, and not worry that, okay, well, this guy's not going out and jumping up and down and waving their hands in the air on the courthouse steps. If that's what you want, you need to look for that ahead of time. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that, Diddy's legal team was assembled because they were considered to be the best. Money is no object. Again, just like in the Depp case, you've got a guy like Ben Chu, who's already represented Cher and some other very high profile people, and has earned somebody's trust. I mean, you have to get what you think is going to work for you.
Mm-hmm. We do have an update. So let me see here. Judge, what about the communications that are misleading? Agnifilo says, witness 1 reached out to Mr. Combs' counsel and asked us for a lawyer. We didn't do anything along those lines because it was an odd request. I don't know a factual answer. Judge, how do you know no? So is it that witness 1 reached out to Combs' counsel and wanted to speak with the lawyer? Not that she was looking for a lawyer to represent herself, because we know she's with Wigdor LLP with Douglas. So was it just she was trying to connect, but through an attorney? I don't understand that.
Yeah, something doesn't make sense with that. Or maybe we're just not reading it correctly, but
or it's miswritten, maybe. I don't know. Okay,
yeah,
we do have. Okay, hang on. We got a correction, Judge. How did you not know? Combs' lawyer Garagos. There was a message from Mr. Combs to witness 1. I'd like to give it to you under seal. AUSA Foster may know it does not give rise to the level of obstruction. I do not have the actual message.
Sorry, guys, I'm fixing my microphone.
Okay. So this is the frustrating thing when there's so much of this case that is redacted. I feel like there's a lot of things we don't know. There was a statement from Tanny Garagos yesterday that it was a legal declaration, and a lot of that declaration was just black. And it was very frustrating because you're trying to follow what's going on, and then it's like you're just losing these massive pieces of information, and it's hard to know exactly what the situation is that we're dealing with. I'm wondering if this potentially has something to do with something like that. Yeah. Now, as far as those redactions, something I've noticed is there have been points through Inner City's reporting where things that have been redacted in the documents.
Oh, we're relaxing during the Diddy trial or hearing something. Is that? I'm typing my.
I guess my question would be: they know the press is in. They know people are writing notes. I think about one of the documents regarding the notepads. There was a notepad that was labeled "things to do" that was written through the live tweeting, but I believe that does it get to a point that the redaction is just kind of ridiculous and they would likely stop, or is it something that they shouldn't be saying this stuff in open court if it is redacted in the documents that become public?
Well, it's kind of a hard question because the information that's redacted may no longer need to be redacted by the time they get into open court, and so therefore they feel like, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and say what it, because it doesn't make a difference at this point. I'm pretty confident in saying that if there's something that they feel is important to keep confidential through redaction, they're well aware of that. It's very top of mind for them, and they're not going to just accidentally, disclose some information that definitely needs to be confidential or that has been sealed by the court. So
we did get
I'm guessing.
Yeah, we did get another message. I'm sorry. Combs' lawyer Garagos, my client obeys me. For example, on victim 3, he stopped using ASAP, which I assume is Contact Me ASAP, that app that he wasn't supposed to be using, and other phone lines. The messages with witness 1 were pre-arrest. He obeys us. He came to New York in the Bureau of Prisons. When I tell him not to do something, he doesn't. I mean, I don't know how much I believe that. It's an interesting statement. We were just talking about how it didn't feel like they really had control over his client. John, what do you think of that?
Yeah, well, and the real issue, as far as I'm concerned, is that's all well and good if, in fact, that's true up to this point. The problem is what might change in the future. The judge has to be satisfied that all of a sudden he's not going to stop listening to his legal team. We're talking about events going forward. We're not talking about his behavior going past in the past.
Yeah.
That's what the judge has to think about. Is he going to misbehave in the future? Based on everything that we know about the way that he operates.
To break the rules? I think that's a good question.
Excellent point.
But I do think we have a response. So here we go with that response. Calm Hero. I submit that the charges in the Jeffries Abercrombie case are worse than here. They allege an international ST business, and they were AR'd and forced to engage in
lead time, power, you every time.
I'm gonna go.
You get you some, baby. I'm liking it.
Cold storage charge detection work perfectly. Why they're so awesome, I think, is all of the features
while they're paying bills
that are built into it.
Your trust matter. It always our goal and vision. Our users come from all over the world, like America, Germany, Japan, Canada, France, Italy, and so on. We sponsored some big fishing events and took part in famous exhibitions. We're always putting the user first. 24-hour responsive customer service, professional technical support, and 5-year warranty. Our one-stop energy system is waiting for your experience. All scenarios energy solutions, all in lead time. Lead time, life and discovery.
It's flu, COVID-19, and RSV season. So be ready. Get your flu and COVID-19 vaccines. Cover your cough and wash your hands. And ask your healthcare provider about RSV immunization. Learn more at 123protectyouandme.org.
So I would argue that the current investigation is an international investigation. And I'm going to guess some other stuff went on at those FOs. Hi, Andy.
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Woo! Yeah, what's up? Bravo to these two. My gosh, make sure you have friends like these two. I know you're having tech issues. I'm setting it up so I can take it over. And that way you can just call in here. If you make me host of the Zoom first.
I can do that.
The guys bear with us.
Yeah, we're just going to switch everything over.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
There's going to be a moment when you might need to refresh or just pause. So wait, please don't go anywhere.
I'm changing the host now.
Okay.
But that means we're going to probably lose the OBS, right? So you'll just take over?
Yeah, take over. Well, hold on, OBS. Give me Zoom first.
Okay.
We're going to show this will take a second since we're waiting. All right.
Okay, I'm over here doing project surveys.
And then you don't want to stop.
Like I be doing.
You just want to stop the stream on OBS.
On the content.
Okay.
Brewing.
As long as you stop the stream on OBS.
Today we're with Pat
Corn. Manage broadcast. I'm ready to go when you are.
Got insider notes.
I can stop streaming.
The Diddy hearing.
Do you want me to do 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, it's fine. Guys, just bear with us for like 3 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay, hold on.
I appreciate her whole
1, 2, 3. I'm out.
I should be in.
What does he take it over to fix the stream?
Andy, I'm still here, so don't freak out.
Yeah, I think you're in.
Good. All right, I think I'm in.
You are.
You guys see me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Broadcast. worked. That's to Florida. All right, I'm just getting everybody on their cameras. If you want to adjust is that your main camera, Kim? If you want to adjust back, you can. And then we all need to send super tips to Kim for being amazing. And she's
we need
adjusting
to
her
support
camera.
the stream. We need to support you. Thank you so much for trusting.
No, support Kim today. Okay, sorry, bear with me, guys. Sorry, just because I ran in. All right, there we go. And then we're there. You should all be there. Enjoy Kim's OnlyFans. And then share the screen, and voila. All right, we're gonna get right back into it. Sorry for the technical delay, but we did it. We did it, folks. That deserves a round of applause. We've become quite the professionals. And Kim deserves all the round of applause for taking that lead while I was out.
I hope that is
We did not plan for a Friday live like this, and apologies.
No.
We didn't get uncensored earlier. But we have something special for you. We'll drop after this. We still want the alerts to go about it. Okay, so I'm pretty much caught up. I've been following, but I'm going to catch up just real quick on this last threads that I haven't read. So if you're joining a little bit later, you might catch a few here. So I have a few I haven't read. So let's catch in, and then I want you guys to continue to obviously keep the conversation moving. I wasn't even going to take over, but I saw you having some tech issues, so I thought let me make sure my internet is better for you guys. Okay, so here where we were. Combs lawyer Shapiro, but we're so let me go back one more. Shapiro, this is covered by the First Amendment. They're talking about the messages. We cited the Trump cases, yada yada. They're talking about these. I'm going to go to the judge. His communications from the prison. He says the prosecution is motivated by racism. I'll laugh harder than even YouTube did. That's ridiculous. Combs lawyer Shapiro. This is covered by First Amendment. Messages they point to are not instructions to lie. There's a barrage of negative media coverage. He has a right to respond to that. But then don't ask for a gag order. They're complaining. They want everyone to shut up, but then they want to be able to say whatever they want. It's complete hypocrisy. But he does have a right to respond, but then don't complain that everybody else has a right. They all have a right. Judge, why not through counsel? We're happy to do that. Yeah, of course. Whatever you say, Judge, even though they clearly haven't been able to follow any rules. Combs lawyer, but we're lawyers. It's not really what we do. Some of these reactions of recordings show that he's telling people just to tell the truth. Talk with my lawyer. Judge, victim 3, you're saying the communications are fine. And I agree with Kim. That was the shock. Like, who's victim 3? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And who is victim 3? Good question. Yes, same as witnesses 1 and 2. Judge, what about the communications that are missing? Agnifilio, Costco lawyer. Witness 1 reached out to Mr. Combs' counsel and asked us for a lawyer. We didn't do anything along those lines because it was an odd request. I don't know the factual answer. How do you know? No. How did you not know? Okay, good. That was it. Sorry, correction. You guys got there. How did you not know? Combs lawyer Gargos. There was a message from Mr. Combs to witness. I'll like to give it to you under seal. Asa Foster may know. It does not give rise to the level of obstruction. I do not have the actual message. Combs lawyer Gargos. My client obeys me. Okay. For example, on victim 3, he stopped using ASAP and other phone lines. Their messages with witness 1 were pre-arrest. He obeys us. Wow, Gargos is coming in strong. He obeys us. He'll obey me. He came to New York and the BOP. Why, Surrey, why are you talking to me? My God. And BOP, when I tell him not to do something, he doesn't. That's pretty amazing assumption there. Combs lawyer Shapiro, I submit that the charges in the Jeffries and Abercrombie case are worse than here. They allege an international trafficking business. They were arred and forced to engage in blah, blah, blah. ENDY says a district docket 9. Okay, now we are coming. So there we are. We're okay. I thought we want one more. So we're waiting for the next response. Is what I'm getting.
Appetite.
They are paying me okay, over there on popcorn.
Are the ingredients from Memories that last a
We got
lifetime.
live
They can
insider
take you
notes.
from crack
Oh, I can't pause this. Okay, we got live insider notes from the Diddy hearing. Diddy's up for his third bail attempt. I thought it was his fourth. His third bail attempt. Okay, y'all, third bail attempt for him to be released from jail, right? Diddy's facing filing that lawsuit, but it was solely if it was anything relating to him domestically abusing Cassie, you don't get RICO charges from doing that, y'all. So if you want to believe that, you can, but you do not get RICO charges for beating somebody up. Even if you kill him, you don't get a RICO charge. So, anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of what was in her lawsuit is the reason why Diddy is in a RICO case right now with the feds, Homeland Security and shit. You know, it really opened their eyes up to start to investigate Diddy. And that's what they did, and they felt basis to arrest him. So let's get back in here with Popcorn Planet and see what they're teeing, what they sipping.
Incarcerated. It is a rebuttable presumption.
Girl, it's a lot of messing with our streams going on. I think that they're doing that purposely so that we won't, T-talk on Diddy. So I'm going to go out popcorn and just jump right back in it.
That, again, there's a presumption that Diddy should be incarcerated. It is a rebuttable presumption.
They messing with Popcorn Planet bad. Let me see if they mess. Oh, shit. No, I'm still active over here. Okay.
Hi.
While Popcorn Planet paying bills, Diddy's fourth bail hearing is today, y'all. We sipping tea with Popcorn Planet.
I do see that I am connected. Perfect. Okay, I can see myself on screen.
I just got paid
I'm really
from
sorry about that, guys. Like, ADTV just
Facebook.
crashed.
I sent you a
So I do apologize.
It's
I am
my
still
first
here
one.
with John. We are together here. I'm just going to make sure that fixing
Thank
my
you
Zoom
all
now.
for following, liking, and sharing my channel.
Make sure this is fixed. Okay, let me get him back on screen. My apologies, everybody.
Jermaine,
Diddy
what was in the
curse.
food box? I'm hungry.
Diddy curse.
Sabotage.
Oh my gosh. And boom. Okay. So I am just going to try to get you back in here the way that we should be. Unfortunately, it's always going to throw off all of our formatting every time this happens. So we get to be very unprofessional here for a moment. My apologies. And let me just see if I can get you over here. Yep. This is what happens, everybody. This is part of why when Andy's late sometimes, because we're fixing formatting like this, because it just decides, nope, we don't want to do this anymore. We're out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So that's fun. Alrighty, let me go here and boom. Okay, we are back with Inner City Press here. We've got the tweets. Let me see.
Wasn't that a Go-Go song? We got the tweets.
We got the tweets. We got the tweets. Yeah, we got the tweets. Please don't copyright
You
strike
got
me.
it.
It was satire. It was satire. Okay, so I missed where we left off here. But we've got Combs' lawyer, Agnifilo. There is an apartment on the Upper East Side. We have one available, 3 bedrooms. Judge, where are the 24/7 security going to be? Would you like to speak with him? Speak to him or me? Is Patriot Security, they merged with Crisis 24. Okay. I don't know much about those 2 firms, but all right. 2 security guards in the apartment and 1 downstairs. So a total of 3. No access to phones or internet except for calls with counsel arranged by C. Agnifilo then also said, Mr. Combs would avoid all contact with anyone who may be a witness. I think he has the right to do that, but I want to make it as easy as for the court as possible. We're going to investigate thoroughly before the May 5th trial. He has a right to assist. There we go. There we go. Thank you to everybody who stuck around with us. I apologize for that interruption.
You are fine.
Tech is
Popcorn.
tech. We joke sometimes on my channel that there is the Diddy curse. That
Popcorn
anything that
almost had a
can go
million
wrong will go
subscribers over there
wrong
on YouTube.
on
I
big
get over there
days
to
with
pack
Diddy. I don't know what it is,
planet.
but it's
While
really
y'all
funny.
being blessed
It's really
today
funny.
with the blessed TT.
John, how you doing?
I'm good.
Okay.
You're
I'm
good.
here.
You're good.
Mhm.
Any thoughts on this discussion about that his bail arrangement would be more strict than prison? I don't know if I believe that. That's just me. It sounds like a kind of silly argument. So
I think what the judge is doing here is just hearing them out. Tell me everything you want to tell me. Not necessarily an indication that he's agreeing or is likely to go along with it, but he just wants to give them a chance, which is what he should do. Give them a chance to speak their piece, make their offer, get it all out there on the table, have him answer questions, ask questions, and have them respond. And then at the end, I'm guessing he's going to say, yeah, that was all well and good, but I still don't think it's a good thing for him to get us active assistance of counsel while he's in the MDC. Well, okay. Why doesn't that apply to everybody else who's in there as well?
that's been a question I've had as well. Like, if he can't prepare with all of his lawyers and they've given him a conference room, allegedly he's able to use on time, he's using all these phone calls more so than any other, inmate. It's very strange. We do have another one. Judge said the government is saying Mr. Combs would be paying these people. It comes down to trust. Combs' lawyer, Agnifilo, it's a different relationship. These are professionals that are only going to be in his life for 8 months. It's a high-profile case. Okay. I don't believe that. That feels like a very thin argument for me.
Diddy
Because
is not to be
ultimately,
trusted.
it's financial, right? It's about the money. How much potentially
He's
would he
not
be
to
paying
be
these individuals?
trusted.
And I mean, that's all speculative, right? Like, I can't confirm that or anything like that nature. But John, what would be your concern about that? If you
Well, exactly what you just said. I think you said it very well.
Thank you. But it's, I really do feel like this is more of them just trying to throw everything against the wall. Do you think the judge is going to go for this?
Well, again, to my point a minute ago, I think he's just hearing them out, asking some, questions about what about this, what about that, blah, blah, blah. I, again, suspect that he's probably just going to say, oh, that was nice, appreciate your time, but I'm still not persuaded.
Okay. I'm seeing connection issues now, guys. Please hold tight. If you're having issues, please reload. We should be fine. We should be back very shortly. I think there's something going on.
I'm about to go check my mail while
Both
Popcorn
of us
Planet
be having
talks,
trouble?
y'all. Okay. Yes, boo.
Okay.
You better.
I'm sorry for anybody that got booted. We should be back up and running. I'm so sorry that happened. We should be back. This is This is bananas.
I'm telling you, Diddy algorithm.
Did you send a new link to Andy?
Everybody that's talking about Diddy, nigga.
No, not currently.
They
I think
talking,
it's
you
it should be
know,
the same.
they on everybody that's
What does
talking
strength
about
mean to you?
Diddy.
Some
That's
say
all
it's
that
how
is.
fast you run a
Go
mile.
Popcorn Planet, pay some bills. We're gonna come on over here and talk back about it. How you doing, everybody? My cousin Jure says Snoop Dogg next. Dr. Dre, LL Cool J, Joe Campbell, better known as Jay-Z, and a couple of more folks are behind Diddy. That's what he said. Okay. We're going to have John on the show here soon, y'all. John, you got to come on up. You got to come on up. You got to come on up. Okay. And tell us some tea. Because he got some tea. Okay. He's been around people, places, and things where he's seen and he's heard of things related to all the things that happen in Hollywood. We're back on up with Popcorn Planet, okay? You're back on it.
Let's see if we've got another message yet. We do. We have another tweet. Here we go. Agnifilo, he's been in jail for 66 days without a laptop. What is unique here is that they've waited 9 weeks to get the laptop to me. We can call these hearings to get things done. Is it not normal for laptops and things like that to be withheld in situations like this, John? Do you know about that at all?
Well, I mean, we're talking, there's laptops and then there's laptops. You know, the laptop that the person on the street has or, you know, is using at the kitchen table, it's not the same laptop that you're going to get when you're incarcerated. I think they're probably talking about some sort of a device that's supplied by the BOP, Bureau of Prisons, and that has very limited capabilities. It probably has some special software on it that limits what it is that he can do.
You better believe it does.
All right, we got another one. Oh, it just threw me out. What the heck? Go down. Go down. Okay, something weird is going on my Twitter there. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm not sure what's up with that. Oh my gosh, Diddy curse. The last message I have here is the one about him being in jail for 66 days. Producer sister, is there another one? Did it start a new thread? Okay. Got it. There we go. We got it. Combs' lawyer, Agnifilo, I have a whole presentation ready about the tape, but if you've got enough, I can save everyone 15 minutes. The judge said, I have reviewed it. Who is here from pretrial services? Pretrial service. We maintain conditions insufficient.
Okay.
John, do you know what that means?
Yeah, I think what they're saying is we're not buying any of the stuff that the defense has proffered or put forward in terms of this proposed alternative arrangement. I think what he's talking about is that when they say conditions, they're talking about bail conditions. So they're saying we're not persuaded by anything that we've heard today. Nothing should change.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think Andy's trying to come back in.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Andy.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna let I know you say your feed's bad, but it's actually better than me crashing. So just keep doing what you're doing because it looks fine to me.
Okay, I'm doing my best here.
I think Diddy. There's a Diddy curse.
There, 100%, there is a Diddy curse, and we are doing our absolute best here.
We had a lot happening, and somehow someone didn't want us to keep succeeding. So thank you for bearing with us. Also, my PC's I have a massive issue with it, so I'm going to try my best to get it sorted out this weekend.
Okay.
But of course, on the biggest day.
I know, right? And the weird thing is now too, I'm on Twitter, and it keeps refreshing differently, so I keep losing where we are in the thread.
Here, why can't you should be able to see me? Hold on, let me turn this off so you at least. Kim's in the controls. Trust you. Here we go. Better? Are you there?
I can't see you yet.
Can't see what's showing.
Okay, we got a new one. Here we go. Judge, have there been any other cases with private guards pre-trial? Not that I'm aware. No, there was a UN corruption case. Okay. Okay, I think this is a bit separate. Something else he's mentioning. But as far as we know, with just that the judge asked the pre-trial if there had, I am aware. So there we are. And there's Andy. Hello, Andy. I can see you.
Oh, it is working. Is that my right camera? My good one?
I can see the big one, like the wide shot.
Oh. Interesting. That.
Yeah.
How about that? That should be my better shot?
Yes, that's much better.
Okay. Sorry. We're caught up, guys. Oh, well. We're still going to give you something.
Yeah.
I'm catching up on the tweets. The government is saying Mr. Combs will be paying these people. It comes down to trust. Combs' lawyer, Agna, it's a different relationship. These are professionals that are only going to be in his life for 8 months. It's a high-profile case. Yeah, that can be bought. This dude has bought everybody.
Yeah.
Clearly.
You cannot trust.
We got another update here, Andy. I'm sorry. So the AUSA said, consider witness one a participant in multiple FOs. Defendant continued to contact the witness one after counsel was retained. The Instagram post was planned for a week using Contact Me ASAP and other inmates' codes. So there we go. There we go.
He's been in jail 66 days without a laptop. He only got got one a few hours ago. What is unique here is to have waited 9 weeks to get it. The solution for you is to come to me. We can call these hearings, which gets things done. That's fucked up that it has to happen that way. I have a whole presentation ready about the tape, but if you've got enough, I can save everyone 15 minutes. Here, have there been other cases with private guards? I'm sure. And now I'm caught up. Witness one participated in multiple free cops. Defendant continued to contact witness one after counsel was retained. The Instagram post was planned for a week using Contact Me and other inmates. John, my question is, isn't he allowed? I mean, I get now they're not gonna to, but isn't there a point where he could talk to witnesses as long as he's not threatening them?
Sorry,
It's
John.
a tough question.
Yeah.
It's a tough question because I still think that would probably be considered tampering of some sort. I think that would be viewed very dimly.
Because but what's the legal like?
Like this video.
Hey, witnesses, I don't remember what's going on. Can you? That's
drop a comment in my
chat.
chat.
Intimidation.
Well, I mean,
Let me know you like
if the contact occurs at all, it should be through his attorney. He should not be having direct contact. Because his attorney's in a much better position to make a judgment on, okay, this is appropriate, this is not appropriate.
Keep throwing his 50
Right,
million.
or even with Diddy and his attorney sort of doing it together.
The judge told Diddy,
yeah, I mean,
you better throw 150 more, make it 100, make it 100, make it a motherfucking 100. And your mama up here if you want to get out of jail. Now, we know that you don't mind selling your soul, that you done probably sold your mama's whole and everything else you thought you had going on. We want 50 more million and your mama on the desk. Okay, that's what we want. Okay. Diddy is on his third or fourth Peloton. Who fucking knows? And everybody pushed on down. All his kids, his mammy was there, looking very despaired and, disgruntled. Okay. They were shouting obscenities at her. Predator! Pedophile! They were shouting it all at her, throwing everything at her, including the motherfucking kitchen sink. Okay. Diddy and them are not getting the respect that they used to get in them streets. Oh my God. It is a sad day over the Combs lives. The Poe kids look very, disheartened. They look very disheartened. And that's what is going on in the life of Diddy. He's on his third or fourth bail attempt. He wants to try to get the fuck out of there, so he can knock off some people and get some people knocked the fuck off the witness list. God damn it, me. Get these motherfuckers together. Okay? Yeah. I'm so excited to see who's coming down to the trial. I'm here for it, hoes. Okay? We are here for it. All our blessed besties today. Thank you for being here and loving me. I love you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing out. That is right. Okay. Like, share, and view this tea we are sipping. Is hot. It's Diddy's third or fourth fucking bell. We don't know. And we're tuning in a popcorn planet hearing. Going over it on YouTube and view Popcorn Planet. Okay. She almost had 1 million. Let's get her to 1 million views. Show her we appreciate all of her contenting. Okay. So we're sipping. Let's listen to Popcorn Planet.
Crap, I don't know if it came through, but yes.
You guys hear it? You hear the Go Planet?
I agree with the sentiment. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I don't think Diddy's gonna get out.
Gosh.
Another one.
Another excuse.
I'll just imitate him.
She said another one.
Okay.
I like it.
So, John, I'm curious. Do you get a sense that the judge is more open to this bail than
It's a possibility.
maybe we thought?
Maybe.
No.
Oh, he said
Because
no.
he's really sort of, I mean, it's just, he's giving the guise of that, you think? He's trying to make it look like.
The real Daniel like it because it gets rid of annoying pop-ups when I'm
And
trying.
deals. Why I thought, that he might be more open to, Diddy getting out of jail or Diddy's proposal too, is because all of the not like, why are you listening to this bullshit? You know what I'm saying? But I guess that, he has to, whatever have you. But not for nothing. It's just all of it sounds like bullshit that he's throwing at the judge on the fourth.
Our client was treated unfairly. Any of that stuff, he's just trying to make sure that every one of those loopholes, or not loopholes, every T is crossed, every I is dotted, and there's no room for anybody to get a wedge in anywhere and say, "Oh well, this wasn't a fair trial."
I show
because of who he was.
Purview, if this
was
was
not, Lord, look, the world look out.
Client,
Did it back on the scene, nigga, that he had to sit a second in jail.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, this is it's all an uphill battle. I mean, the presumption is against him, and he's trying to overcome it, and he's trying to do everything that he can, but my impression is it's not really
They look
working.
cute.
There has not been anything that his attorneys have said that
I'm giving my
the assistant U.S. attorney, the Justice Department attorneys have said, okay, well, that's a fair point, or yeah, we have to concede that. You're just not hearing that at all.
Continue to like.
We have
and they're not
another
saying,
another one.
Oh, so sorry, John. So the AUSA said defendant has used at least 8 inmates' codes. He bought them. The judge. They say Contact Me ASAP operates through TrueLinks, trust fund limited inmate computer system. AUSA said it's not permitted. In the Jeffries, one is detained. And then the judge says a foreign national. Okay, it sounds like we're kind of jumping
That's
here
another
topics a little bit
from the moments inside the Diddy.
It's interesting. I'm seeing comments on Twitter of some people saying that this is actually going well for Diddy, that they have a counter opinion to what we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at this, and I trust John's opinion, but it's when I look at this, I sense a judge trying to give him something.
Yeah,
There's
give him the
definitely like
benefit
an
of it. Yeah.
attempt to do it, because
Mhm.
in my purview, like he should be able to get out. He should. That's what it's supposed to be. There needs to be very clear reasons why he can't, right? And so the judge has to ensure that there's nothing being left on the table. So I think John's right. He's definitely making a point to hear everything out, to ask both sides about each point. But because he's actually asking about each point, it does come across to me as he's finally hearing out Diddy's arguments, right? And then challenging the prosecution to respond to it is what to me is kind of interesting about this, because at least he's now getting all of the things his lawyers are presenting are being presented and being responded. And now the judge is going to make the verdict, which I don't know. But there were points when I was reading this, Kim,
And
in between coming back,
follow Popcorn
and I really
Planet.
was like, "Oh, this is
On
spicy."
today,
The
she
judges
is
might
doing the
actually do
work
this. There were
of
moments
the
as we were reading
Lord,
through
because
that I thought,
I am
he might
charting,
get the
catching up
freaking bail.
on my
Like, and I hadn't gotten that kind of attitude from
charting.
the judge.
So
Meanwhile, another
I
one.
don't feel like following the minutes.
Another
It's
one,
more
yeah.
similar to the cases where
I'm
detention was
following
ordered. R.
her.
Kelly, Keith
Follow the
Raniere,
minutes on
Larry
Twitter.
Ray. So then now they're throwing
Bless
back,
your
which is a
soul,
good
Popcorn
argument,
Planet. Thank you,
that
baby.
well, there's a lot of people who were detained. R. Kelly, Keith Raniere from that cult, the Nexium cult, which are probably more relevant cases. No, John? What do you think?
Hard to say. I mean, again, it's not a case about R. Kelly. It's a case about Diddy. You're talking about different people, different personalities, different circumstances.
I hope
So
I am
it's interesting to
giving
have all
y'all the
this
tea that y'all
other
desperately
information, but
need today, okay? On this Friday afternoon.
I don't think it's
I'm not
100%
from
persuasive. It's nice to
Colorado,
have. It's not neat
checking
to
the
have information.
clock in on the Diddy trial.
But
Checking the
would you
clock
agree
in on the
he's taking
Diddy
this definitely
hearing.
seriously?
Okay,
There's definitely full on paying attention to what's happening.
it's not a
This
gloomy
judge
day,
is
but it's
not
not a
completely throwing things out.
entirely sunny day. It's just
Oh no. I think
hot
he's
as
being very fair about it. This is what you would want and what you would expect. And he clearly is not showing at this point, I'm not sensing that there's any bias that he's showing in one direction or the other, which again is the way it should be.
calling me.
Right.
Hello.
Okay.
That is correct. One hope.
Hello.
Hello, this is James with Auto Pro.
I don't know
Double
why
check
they
here
keep
and
calling
see
me.
if
I
there's
don't
any
need
other
any of their
updates for us as we're
services.
waiting for all of that to come in. Andy, is there any chance you're going to be able to take this over again, or am I settling in
I mean,
for the rest?
if I do, I risk us crashing. So I was trying to hope to wait. If I'm going to try it, let's at least do it at the end.
Okay. Okay.
Because I'm just worried. It's and that's why I wanted to stream with you for a minute to see is it going to crash again? Because I have some problems where it crashes, and
I think it's the
the
algorithm.
get to the end, and then
You see what I'm
we can
saying? A lot of
restart
that's
and then
going
take it
on in the
over, and it
Diddy
seems to,
sector of talking about
computer
this
doesn't
shit.
chug out.
Mhm.
But my repairman can't come till Sunday, so
I think it's
I hear you.
some
I hear you.
servers
and we
over
did
there
get views
fucking
back
with
up, so I
Diddy
hate to like
shit.
lose them again unless if
No.
you absolutely have to, we can try. Or I can hook up my laptop.
And they
Might
motherboard
actually
of
be
the
a better
situations.
solution.
Whoever
If
in the
you want to
fuck
give
is
that a
in
shot, I'm
Diddy's
fine with
pocket
that. It's
that's controlling some of
unfortunately,
the
I can
social
tell that there's
medias.
ISP stuff going on my end, and I don't want to lose
They
everything
are,
either.
you know,
No, I mean,
checking the
I don't
algorithm for
notice that,
Diddy.
chat. Do you notice her feed feeling
How you
bad?
think Diddy's finding people
There's been
that
some
are
stuff.
doing this
There's been some
shit?
stuff.
You know what I'm saying? He's got
It's been
people
good for me
watching.
so far, so fingers crossed. Let's keep on. But
Okay.
yes,
Oh,
if
who
need be,
knows?
I will
Diddy's
switch
rich
over. My
ass, but his
on, so
sorry
let's go from
soul
here. And if
probably
I go
got
on, I'll
people
go
that
from
can, you know, into the
my
main
laptop should be able to
server, the
sustain it.
main motherboard.
I
I
do.
thought you said
And
there's
fuck
a new
with
tweet.
us.
No, I don't see one.
No, not yet. I just double checked. No, let me double check here.
You think
Sandra
Diddy like,
and
well,
everyone, you're the
fuck
best. We are
that
doing
stinking
our
ass
best today.
motherfucker.
Thank you guys for sticking
Hell
through
no.
with
But
us.
like I said, fuck
This is
him. I never really
crazy.
liked.
Say that, and she's absolutely stealing the show. She always does. That's why a good hosts know when to put on better hosts. That's why these two are here.
I wouldn't say better.
I like the Kim
I'm learning. I'm
and
learning.
Biggie.
All right.
I
So we got
never
another
really
one.
I'm putting the
dug
poll out since
Diddy.
I'm doing that job.
Stop.
I'm in charge.
Okay, so sounds good. Okay, so let me see here. So the judge, I suggest both parties put in letters by Monday at noon
He's supposed
about
to be
what
managing
type
his
of
ass on the
communications Mr.
stage.
Combs may engage in. Monday at noon. I see people in the second row standing Combs' lawyer, Tony Rico, we had to email for a week to get him a file folder. Okay. So it's they're just saying that we need to figure out exactly what it is, how Diddy is allowed to communicate within the prison, right? Because it sounds like there's been some confusion, at least.
Oh, so Diddy, that's a clear-cut indication that Diddy's not getting bail. The judge is talking about, you know, what he's going to be continuing to move forward doing while he's incarcerated.
Is in reference to
As far as like how can
regardless
you
of whether
communicate
he
and
is
things like that, then that means
on bail or in
the
prison,
judge
we
is
need
not
to know how
looking
he's
to
allowed
give
to
Diddy
communicate.
bail.
Essentially,
Because if he was, he
that's
wouldn't be
what I'm
talking about him.
Am I right on that, John?
Something that didn't already
Okay.
happen.
Yeah.
Like, John, shouldn't that be clear already?
You would think, but again, maybe the judge just wants it on paper so that if there's any question going forward, there's something that people can refer to and say, look, this is what we all decided. This is what he needs, what he claims he needs, and this is what he's been provided, and everybody's on the same page.
Now, this suggestion of putting the letters in by Monday at noon, is that telling that he'll get bail today? I mean, if he got bail today, could he leave today?
Well, yeah, conceivably, but I was thinking it's indicative of the opposite, that he's going to stay incarcerated, and that the judge is trying to iron out some of the details of
what his
his communication
incarceration
privileges when he's incarcerated.
Thank
so
you.
that there's not
Yes.
any more back and forth about, oh, well, he's trying to do this, but he can't, or he's exceeded the limits that were placed on him, anything like that. To me, this says he's going to go back to the MDC.
Thank you.
Okay, so we just got another.
You heard what me and the lawyer said.
Combs' lawyer, Rico, his adult children are willing to obey. He is not a lawless person. We spent hours
And Hawaiian is scared to
MDC, is responsible for the MDC. Those call from me all the time, and I hang up. Okay.
I assume some typos because he's writing fast.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it's getting intense in there now.
His adult children are willing to obey. Like the fact that we have to keep. Don't worry, we'll finally do the right thing. Oh yeah, tell us what the rules are again. Like he's a child, is really what's going on. And all
that's why I
have
feel
been
like Diddy's an idiot.
They can keep saying this all they want, but the fact that you have to say he's not a lawless
He's
person
brilliant.
is
Where?
pretty
What's so
telling
brilliant
me,
about Diddy?
because they're constantly
Anybody
trying
can
to
spot
justify what their client has constantly.
If you
been
got an
doing
ear
since
and
he
can
dug his
hear,
own
you can hear
hole.
somebody singing.
And
You can
I gotta
tell if they
say,
can sing or
like
not.
typically, I'm much more for anybody's defense. But I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed
Now,
with
he's
governments
scouted
like pushing
and
back. And like,
counted.
no,
Anybody can do
F
that
this
shit.
guy. Nice try.
You
Get
can't
out of
pay
here.
him on
And they're
time
not, but
or
they're
what
not
they
letting
worth,
him get
what they
control.
owe.
You know, they're not. Did he control them? And this must be making him nuts, don't you think, Kim?
Probably. I think it's interesting. There was a dude man 1620 made a comment of basically saying, do the right thing. The children are willing to obey, except for on his birthday, because that's different.
Look at what he did.
So thank you very much,
Let
dude man.
your
I
ass look
appreciate
up
that.
and get rich. I
We
bet
did get
you wanna be
another
somewhere
one
looking like Diddy with
here.
it.
Another
So
one. So
blessed.
Combs' lawyer Rico, he has access to cell phones in the
You
MDC,
blessed, boo.
but not under our conditions. He fights, he kicks, he makes phone calls. This can be addressed. Thank you. Judge said we're going to get a decision out prompt next week.
On bail?
Maybe about the communication, I'm guessing. Now I don't know.
Now I'm confused. Is he referring to? I mean, because if he
let the lawyer
if he's coming back,
what?
If he's not deciding no today, John, and he needs more time to focus, I don't know. I see that as he's looking for a way to help.
He doesn't want to make it seem like
or he's looking for a way to
worst conditions ever in hell.
put together a
But fuck him, 'cause
ruling
that's what jail
that
is.
takes into account everything that's been presented to him, but
that's
still
what the
says no,
fuck
he
that-
should stay incarcerated.
Did also just want to sorry, I just want to say thank you to Shelly Fitzgerald, who sent in a super chat to us saying we're all doing great. Thank you very much, and it looks like we have a new one.
It is adjourned. That's it. So no bail set yet, but no denial of bail, which is it's a pretty big no. But I think John's right. It goes both ways, right? It means there's still potential possibility. The letters are coming Monday. And then I guess so how long does it typically take then, John? The judge can take as long as he wants, I imagine, of course. But what do you expect the judge? How long do you think he'll take to sort of come back with his response? Will that just be something he drops to the court, or I guess he could request more time? What is your vibe saying?
Well, I mean, the judge doesn't need to request more time. It's the judge's time to distribute, and he can take as long as he wants. It's not entirely clear to me what exactly it is that these letters are supposed to contain, and what it is that he's going to issue a ruling on. My take, correct me if you think I'm wrong, my take is that these letters are about communication privileges and not necessarily about the possibility of Diddy being let out. Is that what you guys thought?
Well,
he made a flow. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
there was
watching
a
5 minute
request for
crafts on my
letters
phone.
to come out Monday, which I think you were right on. The letters are
Made a
supposed
flotation
to
device. This is so
basically like,
cool.
what is he allowed to communicate with? Can we put it in fucking clear as day rules for a kindergartner so there's no more back and forth as to what you're allowed to do? Because Diddy's being a snake, right? He's sneaking around his teams. Any little semantic or, well, you didn't say that specifically, right? They're using that like crazily, and because it's such a big case, I imagine the judge, rather than just scream at him like he probably would anybody else, he's got to take it more seriously. So now he's like, look, put it in fucking crystal clear paper what he's allowed to do. And then like you said, moving forward, there can be no dispute. There still will be over semantics of, well, you said that, whatever, but that's what I sensed. He said, get that done by Monday, but he didn't do the bail. So
right
when he asked
So
for that question,
the hearing
Kim,
is
and I'm curious your
adjourned
take,
without
when he asked
bail
for that, I suggest you get that
currently,
to me by
but the
Monday.
judge left
It
Diddy
does seem like he's
crumbs on
also,
the
what home would he
table.
be
He
in?
left him a
There
little
was a question
sliver
about,
of
well,
hope.
Star Island's out, but then there was this question about the New
If
York
you ask me,
apartment.
he ain't doing nothing
And then he
between.
didn't
We
sort of
did
say
it.
no to that one. And he's like, well, what about the
Because if you're
security
gonna
team?
get bail or you
And then they
not.
started talking
Excuse me,
about
you
that.
gonna
It
get
did
bail or
seem
you
to
not.
me that the
Either you
judge
get
was
bail or you don't.
gathering the answers to where
He left
who's
Diddy a little
watching him,
slither of hope.
what is
So
he
he don't
allowed to
go back there and
do?
kill
Like,
his
I'm
fucking
getting the
self.
vibe that the judge was taking a checklist of the things that could allow for bail. Kim, did you miss that? Did you not get that too?
I'm wondering if it's like they want to know more details before the judge wants to know more details before they make a decision. And I think that might be fair, especially if they're trying to make sure they're doing everything in their power to not have a mistrial. Then it becomes obvious that the judge took
He left
this
Diddy. They
request.
are so funny.
I really hoped we were going to get a decision today. And now I don't know what's going to happen.
Don't you worry your pretty little eyebrows
This
about
is
it,
scary.
okay? Don't you worry your pretty little eyebrows, because fuck Diddy. Nobody
We'll
is
just have
motherfucking
we'll know more when we
jail,
actually
especially
see
the
the
ones that are
letters.
standing outside.
When
Okay.
those get filed, we'll know from the
He better not
context of
walk
what
out of
they
that bitch.
talk information about
Probably safer inside.
security guards and apartments. And I didn't understand what they said also about cell phones. Diddy has access to cell phones in MDC, and how would Diddy have access to a cell phone in the prison? I mean, that's part of what they do the shakedowns for when they go through everything, is to find cell phones.
We are back. Something went wrong. Something went terribly wrong. And I don't know why I look fuzzy. I look fuzzy, y'all. Okay, there we go. I had to clean my camera. My camera was fuzzy, okay? My camera was dusty. Ella, no. I'm sorry. No. You don't swing on my privacy protector. Girl, I don't want that to fall on me, okay? And break my little pretty little hat and head. So I had to get her together. I don't touch that, okay? Because if it falls on us, we're going to be hurt. Go play. Thank you. Girl. We're going to check back in, okay, with some Diddy. Okay. CNN is covering Diddy's live bail hearing. Okay. This better not be the same thing Pooching.
He's doing fine. You know, Dr. King called it the
So am
law
I
of
old?
unintended
I'm not
consequences.
like up to date. This
So
has
sometimes the
already
more you
happened.
push a person down, the stronger they get. And so he's making an adjustment. He had to put an end to all of the clowning that we see on the internet. This is a serious proceeding with serious consequences, and all of us are addressing it accordingly.
Anthony, is it a racist proceeding, as Marcus said?
Nobody's okay with staying in jail for now. Okay, thank you very much.
Who's in jail?
That's it for today.
For nothing.
You continue to believe that?
It would be nice. I'm about to get off because look at bail. I don't think he got bail. They like held it over until Monday. This is Tanisha Talks to Tease. Remember, show me love on the subscribe, like, and share button. And always stay sipping.